us without this bullshit.
All right, are we back?
We are live.
Okay, cool. Technical issues solved, I guess.
Yeah, stupidity apparently. My microphone headphones went out, and it wouldn't. This time, it wouldn't go through the monitor because I have a new monitor. All right, so the boys are back, and we are going into. We'll just do a quick recap of Stand and Deliver. So, Gigi.
Oh yeah, because we just finished the Hall of Fame. Okay, so
right.
Hall of Fame, we go to bed. We go to bed. We wake up. It's time for Stand and Deliver.
Actually, when I woke up, I watched the red carpet so that I could hear Montez talk about tasting Bianca's vagina.
Oh my God. I told you about, because I texted you that last night. That was definitely a highlight of the fucking night is watching, what's her name?
Jackie.
Jackie get all flustered when he makes that comment, and it's like, God damn, Montez, you fucking stud, dude.
Yeah, he's got to be
the balls on that dude, man. Like that I loved it, but I could see where other people were a little like, "Whoa, what?" But, yeah, I figured you had to hear it for yourself. It was a good one. It was a good one.
And then Karrion Kross was a weirdo.
Of course he was. He is a weirdo. Yeah, I love it.
He was the gimmick.
I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, I think he's doing some genius shit like that people aren't even seeing. Like there's some little shit in his matches that some people are seeing. I shouldn't say nobody's seeing it, but like I think he's got a future ahead of him that I'm looking forward to. I think they've got some stories planned for him coming up. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't really think there was much else from the entire red carpet.
No, it was a waste of of an hour.
It was nice to see Tiffy and
Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig together. Like that was kind of cool because like they don't get to do that too often. So that was it was kind of nice. Yeah. Same thing with Bianca and Montez. That was cool too. But then he had to make it fucking awkward.
But, yeah, like
technically it was Rosenberg's the one that made it awkward because he's gonna put Montez on the spot right there about some other fucking dude on ESPN like hitting on his wife. So he's got a camera in front of him and a microphone in front of him. And he just gets like told, "Hey, what do you think about this professional athlete hitting on your fucking wife on this show?" He said the first thing that came to his mind, man. Fuck it. Love it.
So that Rosenberg and that Sam Roberts, they need to take those fucking guys off of all these shows because they're inept at social behavior.
I've never been a fan of Roberts ever, but with Tessitore, there's like a good, like they seem to have a good little like thing, but you could put anybody in that spot with Tess. Like, and to be honest, I think I texted you. It's really awesome to see him settling in to it the way he has. Like he gets excited about stuff. He's talking to the crowd. He's doing cool stuff. He's moving quick. Big fan. Like I loved him coming in. I've always loved him. But like, because I'm a boxing guy, but it's good to see him fitting in more and more. Wade Barrett getting the nod for commentary was pretty awesome. Okay, I'm skipping. We didn't fucking go through. We were gonna do. But I agree. I didn't mind Roberts. I'm sorry. It's my fault again. I didn't mind Roberts. I didn't mind Roberts with Tessitore. Rosenberg is like just awful. He's just awful, but they have him doing interviews, so I don't think he's going anywhere. I think they're just moving him up. But he is insufferable. The way Heyman treated him on the red carpet show was fucking hilarious.
He treated him like
Heyman
a
was
fucking mark.
oh my god, he just looking at him, and I'm like, oh my god, dude. I really wanted to make like a terrible, insensitive comment, but I didn't because that would be terrible, and
Well,
I'm not
thank
that type
you.
of person.
Thank you for being a bigger man.
I always am.
All right, so let's stand and deliver just real quick.
Yes, real quick.
So we had the unadvertised Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Elimination match. I got to see some of this. Gigi and Tatum went over Cora and Roxanne, Fallon and JC, and the Metaphor, Lash and Jakara.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, Gigi. This was supposed to be. What's her? Oh my god, dude! I am struggling with names. Not Alba Fire. Who was her?
Isla Dawn.
Yeah, she was with this group. It was her, Gigi, and Shotzi, and then she got shipped off, and they moved. What's her face in? Gigi is fun. Shotzi is fun, but I mean, it was an unannounced match. It was a good match. They get a title match, I think, on Tuesday for that. I think that was the gimmick there. Yeah. I was kind of shocked because I was at the store because I was like, well, I don't need to watch the pre-show for fucking Stand and Deliver because I figured it'd be an hour. And then I came back and this match is like halfway through it. I'm like, well, shit, I didn't realize they were going to have matches. And then you get 3 hours of a Mania pre-show with not a single match, which I already said I respect, but still, whatever. Okay.
So
yeah,
the
so not
show,
bad, whatever. Opener.
The show opened with the Battle of AEW. Ricky Saints beat Ethan Page in 12 minutes and 43 seconds. Anything stand out?
No, not at all.
Something I think we could have called, maybe we did. Fraxium lost to Hank and Hank, the tag team titles. That's been long overdue. So
Hank and Tank look like fun. I wonder how many miles they can get out of their gimmick, but they look like fun.
Yeah, they'll probably just be transitional guys.
Probably
have it until the next one.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have the ladder match. Sol Ruca wins the North American Championship over Izzy Dame, Kehlani Jordan, Lola Vice, Thea Hale, and Zarya. So I saw the finish. Outstanding. Sol Ruca is a fucking freak. She kind of flipped her body over the ladder, hit the Soul Snatcher off the ladder onto, it was Izzy Dame, I believe. And she went right back up and got the belt. So that was really
cool. When she hit the ropes too, she did the one off the top rope, and I was, oh my god, dude, I told you she is fucking on fire right now. And it's so weird the angle with her and Zarya, and she, dude, I don't know about the whole Luna Vachon type fucking, the look. I don't know how long that's gonna go, but she's talented. Thea Hale is young and green, but she fucking goes. And then Kehlani, I mean, if she can figure it out, I wish she would have been around during the Divas era. I look at her and I see a Divas champion all fucking day. Kehlani Jordan, she's tall, she's got a nice build, but she's very pretty and very cartwheel athletic, that kind of.
Could you imagine if they put her in the Sasha Banks gimmick? It would have totally worked.
The current Sasha Banks gimmick, or
no, back then.
The Boss.
The boss.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know. She kind of has like this sweet, innocent look, like just written all over her, and
And that
I don't know if she's gonna be able to shake it. To be honest,
no, I bet she becomes like a great bitchy heel.
we'll see. I hope. I mean, maybe something's gonna. But here's the thing: there's like it's so fun to watch them because you can see the talent, but like they're not all gonna make it, man. They're not all gonna be stars. Like it just doesn't work that way. Um, and I think that that's something that I don't know. Like I've never watched it like that, right? Like where I'm just appreciating them for the level that they're at. Like watching, like it's like watching indies, man. It really is. And I don't. I mean, it is quite an indie. You know, it's always been like that. It's always felt like that. The crowds are like that, but like it feels like a really really good indie. Like because the matches are all fucking top tier. And this one was for a ladder match, especially when you, I mean, to put the women in there, and they're your mid card women for this brand.
Mm-hmm.
And they knocked it out of the park. They absolutely knocked it out of the park.
All right, the next what the fuck is this match? The Dark State versus the D'Angelo family. Thank God I didn't watch this. I hate
Oh, it was
Tony D'Angelo.
Oh my god, dude, you would have been so upset too because it was all like it was all story. It was all story. The in-ring work was secondary to the whole thing. And I mean, there was a turn and blah blah blah. Nothing good. It
Of
was a
course.
waste.
All right, the Fatal Four Way. Stephanie Vicaire beat Julia, Jada Parker, and Jordan Grace.
Match of the day.
Okay.
I mean, well, okay, it was the match of the day. We might. I don't know. I'll see where you stand on some of the things that I think about the Mania card, like what you think about it. But it yeah, it was like a 4.5 at least, like in my grading, like how I would
Okay.
grade it. And I mean, I wouldn't push it like I'm not gonna like try and overdo it like that, but it was as close to perfect, especially with a fatal 4-way. I thought they rolled it so amazingly. Jada did look good. She did take the fall like you said she would. Great call. And Stephanie held the belt, which again,
We
it
know
kind of
why.
feels yeah, because there's a territory. It's like they're in. I'm telling you, like it almost feels like that's what they're just territory building, like because they're allowing TNA to remain TNA. I don't know what AAA is gonna do. I don't know. I don't even know what AAA is doing right now. And we're gonna get there when they get to it. I think it was in the pre-show that they
It was the
announced it,
pre-show.
but
Yep.
yeah, but I mean, Lucha Underground, blah blah blah, like whatever. We don't need to go too deeply into it, but um, it was. I don't know that that's why they kept the belt on her. I still think she's the right decision. I think she is, dude. She's so fucking good, and she looks so good on camera. Just everything about her is like perfect. Julia is pretty fucking close. Like
Yeah.
Julia is just she is just right there. Jordan is
Not
close
that
to great. She's close to great, but she's not quite there.
right. Same with
Yeah,
Jada.
she's same. Yeah, no. Jada's got a way to go. But she looked good. She looked real good, and it was such a clean match, and it was so exciting. And Stephanie, I wish she didn't have to stay there for what they have coming up. I'd love to see her fly into the fucking mix. Like I want to see her in the Money in the Bank match. Like I'm not. I mean, there's time for that. I understand. So maybe she'll get there, but like I want to see her in the Money in the Bank match, 100%. So that's my takeaway from that match, by the way.
Okay, and then we have Obafemi beating Javon Evans in triple threat.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly
Bethany's a
like you
star.
said. Oh yeah, Oba held it, and oh my god, from his entrance, like from the minute, oh dude, his presence is insane. His
Yep.
like you don't expect it because like big men kind of just have like the big man presence, like kind of by nature, I guess. But like he has a real personality presence to go along with it. He's great.
Yep. Um, and he kind of fits the new direction of the stars, the way that WWE is going to go. We'll talk about that a little later.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So pre-show, we get the big announcement that WWE has basically purchased AAA. This is a direct shot at Tony Khan, believe it or not.
Okay. Explain for all those out there.
So Tony Khan has just lost one of the forbidden doors because that's somewhere that he can't take guys from and bring them in. He's already had Stephanie Vicaire. He's already had El Hijo de Vikingo. He's been working with them. So Nick Khan, being the other Khan, went and got that. I would not be surprised if we don't see that they acquire New Japan here shortly.
Oh, that'd be phenomenal.
I mean, what is
No,
there to
I
get
mean,
anymore? But
um, once if it like the library would be just the licenses just to have any of it, dude. You are a technical mess tonight. This is
uh,
WrestleMania, and you are just falling on your ass, bro. Fucking.
uh,
I mean, it would be cool to look like they could show all the footage of Cody.
yeah,
I mean, just
Cody.
just having that, not just Cody. I know it's not just Cody. I mean, you got Fatu, you've got AJ, you've got Shinsuke. Like suddenly you can reframe some of your stars dramatically. But like, I mean, just that would be cool, honestly. With TNA, it didn't mean much because they didn't have anybody left that they had. Like if they still had Samoa Joe, like if Samoa Joe was still relevant in WWE, it would have been kind of cool to suddenly have all that and everything else. And have access to that for footage. And same with AJ, obviously, which I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen any like they haven't used any AJ footage from TNA that I've seen yet. I'm sure they will when they get to his Hall of Fame situation. But like,
Yeah,
um, yeah, no, New Japan would be. I mean, it would be cool. It would also be cool if they could do like because doing a show with New Japan like would be kind of psychotic. I mean, they just have such a nice way of doing shows. Like I don't know how to put it. Like it would just be cool. And I would hope that it wouldn't be too WWE'd out, that they'd let New Japan do a show. Like this whole Worlds Collide thing, I don't like I hope it doesn't feel like what it felt like when they took over ECW and like, you know, and
that is what I'm worried about.
I don't know that TNA has looked like that because I'm not watching TNA. I don't, and I mean, I assume that it hasn't changed in its product too much. They just have a little bit of a different roster of stars like that they get to use.
Yeah, they have the Hardy Boys right now. Nobody cares about them.
Who doesn't care about the Hardy Boys?
It's not 2004 anymore, so
Yeah, I know. My
that's
my
what it is.
my whole body knows every day.
Ain't that the truth? All right, so WrestleMania opens with old Jelly Bean, Jelly Roll, whatever. He does America the Beautiful. He is not Aretha Franklin. He did a nice job. They are just all about having stars in the seats. We've said it before. They showed Dana White twice. I don't know if you caught
Mhm.
that,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
they are all about social media presence and, you know, oh, this guy's here, so, you know, we must be doing a great job. Um, it's weird because Bill Simmons was in the front row camera, you know, the camera side. I saw Seth Meyers there a few times. They didn't mention them, but all these other people.
Well, I mean, not everybody was probably there to get mentioned. Like
That's
if they're
true.
not comping your tickets and you know, I mean, if you're Seth Meyers and your fucking kids like wrestling and you have money, you can sit in the front. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. I assume that there are plenty of genuine people that have money that would be whatever we would consider quote unquote famous, which means absolutely dog shit to me. But like they're
All that
people that
matters.
have money. Like the end, like if they're comping your shit so they can put you on camera because Netflix wants them to, like that's not really WWE's responsibility. Like the problem is people dogged them for when they did it with USA too, and it's like what choice do you fucking think they have? Like what choice do you think they have? These people, like when you see these mid-level like stars that they have to show in shows, it's because Netflix is telling them to show these people, hey,
Right.
you're going to take these moments to push our other fucking content. Like it's annoying at times. And then there are people that they're just like, you know what, you're like Fluffy gets annoying, right? But like he's a genuine WWE fan. So to him, he's just kind of playing along to give them
Mhm.
somebody to talk about. And then he gets to go sit in his seats with his shirt on and he gets to enjoy the show. I
And you
mean,
have Stephen Amell's there a lot. He was there tonight.
oh yeah, but Stephen Amell is the real fucking deal. So like I am a nerd who watched Smallville like religiously. Okay, like I
Mm-hmm.
am that guy. And then when Arrow started, he was awesome. Fucking loved him and learned about him like watching that show. And then him and fucking Cody, because he worked with Stardust way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And
SummerSlam.
like yeah, and he took that shit super serious. He did some shit with them in Japan, I think, at one point too. Like he's done other shit. He's done some indie shit. Like Amel is yeah, wow, dude.
Dude, we're getting blown up right now.
What is happening? What just
Somebody said
happened?
somebody said that you're cooking, dude.
What is
It's the
that
chat.
popping up?
It's the chat.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's the
okay.
chat.
Anyway, okay, I didn't know that. That was weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's why I asked because I was like, what the fuck is happening? Because your shit, like you're all zoomed the fuck in and you're all, like
Yeah.
so I have no idea what's going on anymore. I just assume we're technically breaking down and
No,
everything's falling
we're
apart.
cooking, buddy. We are cooking.
Okay, anyway, well, I don't know where the fuck I was before any of
Woody's
that.
here.
Oh, Wendy's here. Okay. Anyway, where were we on that?
We were with all the celebrities. Yeah, George
Oh yeah,
Kittle,
yeah.
blah
So
blah
Amel is the real deal. Stephen
blah.
Amell
Yeah.
is the real deal. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. He's a real fan. He put in real work. So all right, on to the next thing.
All right. So we have the opening match.
Yeah,
The
you're there for the show.
overproduced Jay and Gunther. Um, we
So,
called it.
dude, the overproduction thing. Can I just like you say it like that, and it's funny because we hadn't really touched on that yet, but it was something that bugged the absolute fuck out of us through a lot of the night. And you and I mean, again, I'll just bub it up there again for this moment. But like last year, we did the same thing. When we walked into the new Triple H era, we were like, hey, the camera angles, these types of production things, the things that we notice we're going to comment on because they make a difference in the pacing and the tempo and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
Tonight was that match in particular, but like for the majority of the night, holy fuck, bro. Like it was bad. It was absolutely god awful. every time they went for an Impact fucking move, they fucking changed cameras. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we fucking doing this?
I there was a point where there was an Impact move and they just zoomed in on somebody's face and then realized they weren't supposed to be there and then zoomed out.
Didn't see shit. Didn't see half the fucking moves in that match because of how poorly produced it was. And I have to assume it's because H was making his way back to Gorilla and didn't fucking got stopped along the way or something. Like somebody, I don't know, man. It felt terrible. You're right. So yeah, I'm glad we both made that observation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why we're here.
Yeah, that's why we're the most professional in the business. As I look up your nose, and, and you stare down your nose to see my face.
Well, you mentioned Triple H, so I had to bring a nose into it.
Yes, absolutely.
So we called this. It was happening all along. Fucking J1, no surprise.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much there was one point in the match that they laid it in for a little bit, bruised each other up. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Bruised each other up. It got intense, but like that was
it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was not, dude. It wasn't at any point was it good. I was depressed to see Gunther like look like that. There was one. Oh my god. There was one great moment that the boys, you know how they did. I showed you that smash cut that they did for the John Cena like heel turn. Like they want to do something like that with Gunther's top rope fucking his frog splash that he pulled off tonight, because we went into a whole bit about peak male fucking physique, and that's what peak male, you know, looks like. If you don't look like Gunther, you're a subpar male of the species, because Gunther is just
he used to have a physique like me, and now he got skinny. So
let me ask you a question. Is Gunther going to the way of Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest?
I hope not. There's so much value. These guys are cooking.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, keep going. Don't pay attention to that shit. You talk to me, bro. You look up here.
I'm looking down here. So Jay was his typical shitty self in the match. He really doesn't do anything special. He's just over. So good for them for recognizing that. And I hope his title reign is not long.
Yeah, but Gunther, like, what do you think he's gonna get like relegated to that? Like, because I mean, Damian and Drew tomorrow are gonna have the prove it match, right? Like they're getting like the El Grande, you know, who's gonna be Randy's opponent. Oh, we're gonna get there. We gotta get there. Fuck, man. See, this is why it's so much better. Fucking just fucking throwing me off all over this shit.
I love it.
Yeah, they have the El Grande Americana spot tomorrow, right? Like that, like they have a prove it match to get to basically see if they can get back into the title picture. I mean, and I don't know that Gunther, like I really want Gunther on Monday night to fucking get it back right away. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I want the show to open Monday night and him to come out and be like, "You motherfucker, come on out right now. I want my rematch right now. Drop the mic and just fight."
Okay. Your laptop isn't your camera, so like you don't have to lean in. You need to there you go.
Bucking up, buddy.
Dude, you are killing me tonight. Yes, by the way. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
You're right. Yeah. I want yes.
Okay.
But I have a whole other thing on what I think is going to happen with Jay.
Okay.
With what I saw tonight, but yeah, not a great match. Jay looked hurt for some reason. He kept grabbing his arm from the very start. I don't know if that was supposed to be selling something from Monday that I missed, or like it was weird. And he took that armband off, and then he had the tape with it was taped his wrist and his pinky finger, and he took that off. I don't like. I didn't like the beginning was confusing, and then it never got on any type of rhythm, and they had one good spot where they laid it in. The ending was rushed. I think they were set for 10 minutes and it went 14.
It was,
and I think that's why the 16. Ending was okay. 16. You had 16.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so still, I mean, even if it was 15 and they pushed that extra minute, the ending was completely rushed. There was no tension build up. There was no tension, dude. If I picked that, oh my god, there was no tension build up. There was no tension build up to the ending. It was just choke. Oh, I'm Gunther. I'm the baddest man on the planet. I'm tapping immediately. It was fucking sad, bro. It really, yeah.
It wasn't.
Okay, I mean,
it happened, but you know, it is what
they
it
did
is.
They did all of but they did all of the damage to get all the physical look. They did all of that in like a 2-minute span of strikes. And I'm not saying that like that's awesome and everything, but they didn't tell a story in the match. Everything that they did for the storytelling for this was all the weeks leading up to it. And then when they got to the match, it was just a straight 50-50. It was a straight 50-50 until the end. And the finish was rushed. This was a subpar match, period. Especially for a belt. And then it's the curtain jerker, and you get no swerve. So you get no added story to it whatsoever off the rip. Like it was a dude that I put that, like, that was a bigger travesty to me than watching Daniel Bryan get brogue kicked in 32 seconds. Like that match, like I like, I'm sorry, like it wasn't a good opening championship match. And I think it was the low point of the whole night. By the end of the night, I had forgotten about it completely. I mean, I made notes because I had to make, maybe not the low point because Naomi performed tonight, but like close to the low point. Oh no, not even, you're not even going for fucking for Naomi.
No, I'm not even gonna go after her. This next match, and our guy here, he has it. The fucking New Day suck. Okay.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it was the drizzling shits.
Oh, thank God for the New Day.
I'm
so glad. The War Raiders, the War Raiders can go to AEW now and just fucking and go hang out with the elderly wrestlers and the past injured. And I don't need to see them again. They're boring. They have nothing. Like, they were hard hitting and fun when they were the Viking Raiders and they were jumping off the top rope and doing stuff, but they're done. Like, they're out. Like, I have no use for them.
What is it? Ivar Hansen. He looks like he spent the week at fucking the Vegas buffet. He was huge.
Oh yeah, just sitting at Denny's though. Like, how are you preparing for your match? Well, I'm eating a lot of fucking saturated fats and carbs. And I mean, he's already a big guy. I get it, but they look agile.
Yeah,
they look lethargic tonight, and it's a big probably because they knew they were dropping the belts. And again, that's another reason why they should be fucking gone. Because if you're not performing because you know you're dropping the belt, you don't deserve that spot on Mania, in my opinion. But you know, it's dude, I'd be down for some Denny's too.
Moon's right over my enemy, dude.
Yeah. I didn't think it was a terrible match. I did think that and hold on, I told you when we were at Raw fucking during that match, because they had that match at Raw 2 weeks ago, I walked out and went to the bathroom and got drinks. So I walked out of that match while I was watching it 3 rows from the fucking ring. I didn't really care to see it on Mania. I'd rather see Chelsea Green. If we're picking between a tag match and the USA women's match, I'd rather see Chelsea Green. Hoping she's the partner tomorrow for Valkyria, by the way.
You're just killing everything.
What?
You're killing it worse than the New Day winning the title. It was just bad.
Oh, come on now. I love them. I hope they have a good run, and I hope they have somebody to put over right away.
So these first 2 matches tonight were fucking WWE main event. This was not WrestleMania.
100%.
Then we got Jim Cantori.
Hold on. They weren't bad build-up matches in a 5 hour on a 5 hour show. Like
they're just not executed bad.
Well, I mean, Jay sucks,
right?
But and I mean, he's the champion. So here I am talking about the champion of a sports outfit, and I'm saying he sucks, but it's not really based on quality. He sells merch. And then the second match, I mean, it is what it is. You're right. You're right. I just didn't think. Wow. You see that comment?
Chat is cooking.
Bro, are you kidding right now?
So
she's an American legend, an institution. Just say it. I hope somebody says it. Anyway, let's move on.
Yes. Let's move on. Jim Cantori. This was peak right here. So you didn't know who it was. I did
not. Yeah.
The Weather Channel guy. This was a nice piece of business because there was a storm coming. Gothic Owen Hart, aka Naomi, today was really weird. I don't know what the gimmick is.
So you don't watch SmackDown. You don't, because you're that kind of fan. You just want to see the promos. But she has been building that gimmick up, and Mikey, one of my sons, made the comment. He's like, I just hope she doesn't come out with the caution tape like on her. He's like, it really gives me like Owen Hart vibes, and he's like, I just don't want to see that shit.
Hacksaw. He was no, he didn't wrestle. He was in a little vignette.
Speaking of Hacksaw Jim Duggan, just give me an excuse to bust out some
wood.
Bust some wood out on. Hey, I just busted my wood out on YouTube, y'all.
Sack pulling his wood.
Yep. Anyway, there's my Hacksaw Jim Duggan woody.
Jade beat Naomi in 9 minutes and 20 seconds. It probably went about 4 minutes too long. Jade looked really good. Every time Naomi...
Hold on. I'm going to interrupt you real quick. She looked really good right up until she started moving around in the ring, and I noticed, and you could tell that she was wearing whatever that fucking bodysuit was, and then it just went to shit. Because like it looked like her spine was popping out, so it looked really uncomfortable. And then you got a couple of nip slips like through the fabric, because like her bra that was on the outside, like for her gear, was on the outside of that body thing, and then she's popping out inside of the body thing, and you can see it because it's like somewhat see through, and it's and it's just like, and it just looked bad on her ass and everything else, and like Charlotte wears the same thing, and it looks, I'm sorry, but guys, like it looks really bad on camera. And I know that that's not the only thing you care about, but like Jade has a 6-pack, an 8-pack for fuck's sake. Like, and she's covering it with like Lycra. Like, why? Anyway, she looks like what people made statues of human, like when people wanted to carve statues out of like the perfect human form. It's like her. Like she's like what a modern version of Weird Science like would do. Oh my god, y'all are fucking in ring. She's green. She should be working at NXT, but she's too big of a star to be down at NXT. Like she just is. Oh my god, the look, the pedigree, she's got everything. She's just got to build up. And if you weren't impressed, it's probably because Naomi doesn't know how to work. But
Naomi slowed down every time.
Mic is messed up.
Every time she went into the ropes, she slowed down ridiculously.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
So
it was
bad.
she stuttered her feet. You know, these girls are. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, moving along. Jade is probably
Money in the Bank.
I don't know.
Jade.
A six-time champion, maybe more, like in her career, looking at probably if she can stay healthy and wants to keep doing it. But yeah, she's probably the Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is going to be an amazing. Oh my god, are we already talking about Money in the Bank? We haven't even gotten to night 2. We haven't even got through these matches, for fuck's sake. The bodysuit's awful. We took this moment in here to talk about female ring gear, and I had talked about it at one more time at another time this weekend with my wife, and both times it was because of Stephanie Vacour. She has, like, what I would say is the best and most perfect ring gear for body type and character and everything else. And we kind of dig that she just changes the colors too, instead of having to look fucking ridiculously different every time. Jade versus Rhea soon. I don't know. I don't know how soon. We'll see.
Chat's killing you. You get so sidetracked.
I know. I do. Absolutely. But yeah, and Jade, like, kind of made that mistake. Charlotte's was terrible tonight. Seth Rollins's was fucking awful tonight. Awful. Those pants were fucking terrible. CM Punk rocking the fucking yellow fucking throwback Nexus.
Macho Man.
And they did the fire. Now I can't think of the name of the song. Anyway, Fire Burns. Plenty of money from new talent. Yeah, plenty of Power Bomb. Oh, the Power Bomb that Jade fucking
botched.
Fucking, oh my god, dude. I thought she killed her. I absolutely thought she killed her.
Well, Naomi didn't go up. That was why.
Yeah. There was no personality in this match. So, like, the unimpressed thing, I totally get. Like, there was no storytelling here either. So what, we're 3 matches through the night, and there's really not been any in the ring storytelling. There's been some outside the ring build up, but not a lot of in ring storytelling. I really hope that Jade, this was just a setup and that Jade does something to Bianca tomorrow, but that's a whole other, Jesus fuck. You good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are you okay though? Because, like, you sound like you're allergic to a cat and you have one, like, rubbing your leg right now. I'm just worried about you, buddy.
Just pussy, man. Just
pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolling in it.
Jade needs some personality. Someone needs to work with her on personality. But her look and her vibe is like.
Do you know who gets the personality out of Jade though?
Yeah, Liv Morgan.
Brand.
Oh my god, dude. We are not even there. Oh my, get the fuck out. We can't do Brandy yet. Did you like the TikTok that I made that was kind of like about, like, we talked about Brandy? It was a good one.
You made one? Putting it in the butt? That one?
Did you really just say that on camera again for me?
Just for you.
Oh my god. And you're all zoomed in and shit too. So it's even, oh my god,
just
fantastic.
Moist.
I love you, buddy. I love you. Anyway, the show is about to change.
It is, because the biggest star in the world is about to come out.
Yeah, he is.
And then
get his first belt.
This other guy with the fucking cheesiest entrance of all time.
Yeah.
He came out in a Maserati, rolled down the
Uh-huh.
window, and his music hit.
Mhm.
What the fuck? And then Charlotte did the same thing. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing here?
Yeah. How creative. How
Oh,
creative. Yeah, because LA Knight is the dude that needs to be that his gimmick is rolling up in a Maserati. Like that's it added nothing to his entrance whatsoever. It was
he
so dumb.
should have snapped into a Slim Jim when he did that.
Oh my god, we didn't discuss, and it was speaking of that, we have to go back to the Eric and Ivar thing, and this is why I'm gonna double down on my I think they're out the way, they're out the door. Did you not see the goofy fucking gimmicks that they made them put on their fucking
Where?
heads and on their hands for their video game, their Clash of Clans ad that they had to fucking run?
Oh, I
Like, are
thought you were
you
talking about
kidding?
the ring entrance where they looked like they were on the cast of Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah, they were wearing helmets and
Yeah,
like breathe that were
that
for
was
a video game.
awful.
They were from video game characters that they were promoting from Clash of Kings, like or whatever the fuck it's called.
I only know
That
one
video
video
game.
game, buddy.
Supercard?
No, the show.
WWE Supercard?
No, let's get off of
WWE
this.
Supercard? Is that the only video game you know? You
Yeah.
fucker.
All right.
Dude, I
So
feel like I'm your sponsor. I feel like I'm your sponsor and I've completely fucking let you down, by the way. Like
you let me down every
I
day.
haven't supported you in getting over Supercard.
No, you haven't.
All
You
right.
hurt me.
Samoan werewolf.
Star. If you watched my review,
Top
instant
guy.
match review, Jacob Fatu and Braun Breaker in 3 years is going to main event WrestleMania.
I can't wait for it.
100%. He looked like a
Cannot
fucking
wait for it.
million. You got to give LA Knight some credit because he was
Mhm.
good in getting Jacob over tonight.
Oh, 100%. And he's been on a good run. And he's kind of won me over a little bit. He like we talked about on our previous show. The mid-card guys are really running the shows right now, and he's been doing a great job.
Mhm.
Like he really is. So I have nothing negative to say about even the match. I thought it was a really good match. Like
Mhm.
it was pretty much 50-50, but Jacob obviously he's gonna oh my god. I don't know. I don't know. I think he could go out into outer space, but can he really can't like they made a comment about it on commentary tonight. Like, can he really carry the company? Can he be the guy? You know, because that starts to matter at certain points, right? Like, and I'm not saying it is right now. Right now, he can be whatever he wants and he can just kick ass, and I'm all for it because he's fucking amazing. Um,
Mhm.
dude, those fucking shooting
Ass
stars that
shots.
oh my god, dude.
He's so
Absolutely
good.
insane. Oh my god. So good.
Kudos. This was the match that really started getting it going tonight.
Yeah, this
That
was the start of the show.
it
Like
really
this was the
was.
start of the show. Yeah.
It really was. So next we go to your guy, El Grande Americano versus Ray Phoenix, substituting
Yes.
for Ray Mysterio, who got hurt last night.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
this match only went 7 minutes and 55 seconds. It felt like about 18
I
because they
agree.
moved at such a pace. And
Yep.
Phoenix, wow.
Dude.
They got something.
Dude.
Gable should go to the moon after this, but he won't. Give Gable like the Intercontinental title.
I mean, you got to give it to Penta first.
Yeah. There you go.
And I'm not
That's your feud.
saying that that's not. I'm not saying that that's not happening tomorrow either. I mean, it could be happening. I don't know. I don't know, but that is one match I just don't have a clue on, to be honest.
I don't either.
But I mean, if you put it on Penta, because Penta and like that was kind of the thing. I didn't understand why they didn't put Dragon Lee in. Like I kind of expected them to go with Dragon Lee because he's had this whole thing with the LWO and you've got everything that you pushed before the show with AAA. You know, like I don't know,
Why
Dragon
bring him
Lee.
in
I
to
feel like
draw?
Dragon Lee. I mean, Ray didn't really. I mean, he didn't job. You know.
He lost though.
Yeah, and technically, Dragon's been jobbing for fucking weeks to Chad Gable. Like taking that fucking headbutt, losing his mask for. I wanted the payoff of the mask, right? Like I wanted the payoff, and maybe it's not time because El Grande Americano is so over, and it's such a fun little throwback to the good old days of goofy ass wrestling, like that package that they did with the sepia tone filter over
It
the
was good
camera to
stuff.
intro. Oh my god, it felt so nostalgic and good. Like that felt really good. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I made a sign for El Grande Americano and held it up for him, and it was awesome. And he loved it, I think. I don't know.
Packages
But
were
it's
very
not
good.
Chad Gable. It's not Chad Gable.
It was a good match though. So then
Yes.
we get into the meat and potatoes of the evening. Tiffy
Yeah, it was
and
the
Charlotte.
transition match, right? Like it was the transition match to get to this, and I didn't even realize. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't realize we were here already. Like in the show, like watching it, I did not. I was like, holy shit, we
I
only have
was
two
happy.
matches
I
left.
was happy we were here because the first part of the show kind of dragged a little bit, but um, thank God it wasn't like 25-minute, um, matches and
Yeah,
25-minute
exactly.
commercials and all
Yep.
that stuff. So it had a
Yeah.
decent flow.
Yeah.
But personal issues settled differences. Charlotte made Tiffy a star tonight. Tiffy
I
is
think
up there.
Tiffy made Tiffy a star tonight.
She did, but Charlotte was there to give it to her.
Oh,
Um,
100%. I'm
she
not going to
didn't
take
take
that
it
away.
like we thought would happen.
No, no, no. I have a lot to say on this match, to be honest.
Wait, you have a lot to say?
No, fuck you. I talk too much. I cannot. No, you go ahead. You can talk about it. I don't want to say
No, it
anything.
was the crowd. This was the first match that the crowd was actually into tonight. It was a different show when this match started. So
Yeah.
good for them.
It was the first match that had like the real deep package, other than the first match, obviously, which was for the belt. So they had the good package on that. And Jay had his own packages for fucking all WrestleMania week, man, just one after the other, putting him over. The Tiffy Charlotte one was phenomenal. Like they all were. Like I don't think any of them were like not good, but I loved the piece that they did, the music video with Lady Gaga and shit. Like it was just so good. Um, the match was so real to me. Like I'm like I'm watching that match and I'm like, okay, they start off and they're doing the hey, like I'm gonna lay it in, and the other one's like, okay, I'm gonna lay it in, and they're kind of they're going back and forth, and it's a little this and it's a little sloppy. They're not really getting off like, but then they get in a rhythm. They start hitting some moves. They're starting to punish each other, and then they kind of hit that moment in the match, which was just like Jay and Gunther, where they stood in the middle of the ring and kind of challenged each other and laid it in. And I've never seen two women like you talked about the triple threat being the best women's match of all time. Like
Mania,
I,
not all time,
I've
but Mania.
yeah, Mania,
Yeah.
yes. And I just don't remember seeing two women lay it in the way these two fucking did
No, and
at that moment. At that
pointed
moment,
out the potatoes.
yes, and from then on, it felt very different because Charlotte got to take control, and I was repeatedly shocked at the beating that Tiffy was fucking receiving. Like Charlotte beat the shit out of her. Like
She
not
made her
nice.
earn it.
Not nice. And yes. Yeah, no. And look, you have to do that shit. And like you said, you got to make them earn it. And that was one of the things that let me down about the first match. I don't think Jay looked like he earned it from Gunther. Gunther looked like he just didn't give a fuck. And it's sad because that is not who Gunther is supposed to be. And I hate it. And in this moment, Tiffy really did have to show that she wanted it enough to take the shit that she was going to put her through. I guess. I mean, how do you don't really have a choice at that point, which is where I get weird about it because it's like how much of it is just bitter bullshit from a woman who doesn't want to put over the younger version of her. Like and I asked that question to my boys, like they know who, like there's a spot in the match where you're like, okay, they already know how they're going to end this. And at a point, however, whoever's going to lose, if they get angry and do something stupid, and my son was just like, well, look, Tiffy has to prove that she's willing to beat the shit out of Charlotte for this belt. And everything that Tiffy has shown so far with her promos going personal, with the matches that they've had, with the things they've done, that she was willing to beat the shit out of Charlotte. Tonight she proved she was willing to take an ass beating too. And by God, dude, chipped fucking teeth. Like I picked it out right away. I was like, I think she's got fucking, or some of her teeth are fucked up. And then they wouldn't do a clear camera shot. And finally, like right at the end, before they like let her walk down, she showed like she had fucking big old fucking knot on her forehead.
That was from when she shot her into the post.
Yeah.
In
And
the
then
second rope.
and the second rope thing, I watched her and I like nobody else saw it because she was doing stuff that she wasn't even doing for the camera. That's where I started to get like, what the fuck? Because it wasn't for the camera. There were moments where she was grabbing her fucking hair like real close in on the roots, not down at the bottom where you can kind of like play pull or whatever, but she grabbed right at the roots and fucking twisted. And I'm just like, dude, that hurts. I don't give a fuck who you are. That shit fucking hurts. And she's just punishing her just at every step. And again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not bitching about it. I'm not a Charlotte fan. But like it made Tiffy, like if Tiffy wasn't legit before, Tiffy is fucking legit now. Period. Like it could be the greatest. It will be, in some people's opinion, it will go down as like one of the greatest, if not the greatest, women's Mania match of all time. And it looked like it should have been the fucking main event. Which then when we get to the main event, like that's all under the rug. But it was fantastic.
Yeah,
It really was.
that whole match changed when Charlotte sent her into the post and then hit her right in the boot. That was the stiffest boot ever.
Oh my God, right on the fucking cheek, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just right on the cheek. And Tiffy went down. I mean, boom.
Yeah. I think that's where she hurt her teeth. But
probably.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was clearly a fight. It was clearly a fight. And
they told that story. That's for damn sure. Good for them.
They really did. I hope that like there's part of me that really hopes it was a lot of storytelling and that was consensual ass beating in the same way that like during Triple H's Hall of Fame ceremony when he gave his shout out to to Cactus Jack specifically, but to Mick Foley, for giving him his toughness. And like I really hope that's what we got here, and that like Tiffy wasn't just blindsided by a Charlotte that really wanted to punish her for being in that spot. I really hope it's one and not the other. I don't know about you, but I had the TV on behind here. Triple H had like an hour and a half long fucking press conference after tonight. I'm probably going to go back and watch that and see if they talked about that match at all. And what kind of read, because they seem to be giving that blur the lines read on these press conferences at the end of shows where like, you know, they're giving information, but they're also talking about them like they're performers that are people, not just that like as characters, I guess. Like,
well, then The Rock comes out and he's like,
oh,
well, I was my character, and he ruins the whole kayfabe.
oh my God. Hi. I have a cat attack. This has never happened on a podcast. Like, dude, we've been doing this for over a year, and I don't think I have a single one where a cat fucking jumped up in the middle of recording, but I got to get rid of him, and he's clawing on
We've had a couple.
Have we?
The cat's been there a couple times.
Okay.
So tonight was really built, and it just built toward the end.
Yes.
The triple threat match, 3 big stars, and it lived up to the billing. The storytelling was perfect. Everything in this match was amazing. We called on our preview show Paul was going to turn and go with Seth, and Paul sure fucking did. Paul's never been physical in WWE, and he hit 2 nut shots tonight.
So, my shout out has to go to Bully, because he was like the first person that I heard really flush out the concept of that story being told. But my line of thinking after Bully put it out on his podcast and it went everywhere was just like, well, they're not going to do it now, right? Like that, like it's gotten to like widespread of a theory. It's not going to shock anybody. But see, I tend to forget how insulated we can become in some of the circles that we talk about wrestling or hear about wrestling. And like for a casual, I mean, for people that watch Mania that don't watch anything the rest of the year, like that had to have been shocking, like extremely shocking, especially since the tagline for Paul, even last night at the main event or at the Hall of Fame, you know, like he had to make like, I'll always be this, but I won't betray him. And I'll always be this, but I won't betray either one. And then he betrayed him. And it's like, okay,
just
so
added
like,
to the story.
100%. The thing that you and I kind of talked about, and that other than the fact that they wouldn't do it to spite the internet, I don't really know where Seth and Paul go. And I don't know, between Roman and CM Punk, do either one of them care to go after Paul, or are they just going to be mad at Seth? Or like, I mean, how much can we just keep these guys fighting each other away from a belt? You know, like I don't know.
Paul is the prize now. So you're fighting. I mean, we're finally going to get Punk and Seth. That's been what, 18 months in the making. Yeah, 18 months. We're finally going to get that. Roman's probably going to go away for a little bit, and you're good. That's going to be Punk and Drew of last year.
Yeah, I think,
and that's a way to keep Punk fresh too, by not
Roman
going after a belt.
I think Roman's been hinting at it too. Like
he wants to go make movies.
Well, I think that he doesn't deal well with the physicality, right? Like his health, like, you know, we don't need to get into it, but I just think that he, you know, from everything I've read, he needs to take some time off in between coming in and doing one show.
Well, last year he did 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours of matches.
That tag match was for days. And then
it was so bad. Oh my God, why are we talking about that? Let's finish it. So I mean, I again, we had already called it. So to say I didn't see it coming would be like kind of dumb. But
the way when he came.
When he threw the chair in to Punk, I was like, okay, but then he got in the ring and I was like, oh fuck, what are we getting here? It was clear he was gonna nutshot Roman because he got like right behind him, And then Roman didn't lift the chair, and Paul was like ahead of timing on his cue to hit him, and it was kind of sloppy. And I hate to call them out for shit like that because it is a live broadcast and it is so long. But in the end, I don't understand Seth's motivation to get Paul either. So like I really need something to hook me into this a little bit more, unless the whole thing is just for Rollins to hold him over those two's heads.
Well, it gives Seth credibility because Seth did all the jobs last year.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, and it'll help Seth. Maybe it's to help Seth have some time off away from the ring and doing his own work too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Paul does the work for him. I mean, Seth probably could use a little bit of a layback for a while.
And we don't get whiny Seth anymore either because Paul will do the talking for him.
Oh, I love that because I don't like bitch about CM Punk Seth. I really don't. Like I got it. Like I got it. They had their issues and everything, and it was good for their little run. But like at some point, you gotta come up with something new if you guys are gonna still keep going at it. And like I get that. That's what they're doing. And I don't know that I really care that CM Punk doesn't make a run for a belt right now. I mean, the belts are doing their own things. Jay. Oh, okay. So let's finish this match out before I run down that tangent. So Seth, okay, so this all goes down, right? I still thought Punk should have taken the win. Like I understand that the whole reason you go through all of that is for Seth to get the win, but I don't like it. I don't know. I still wanted Punk to get the fucking win. I think everybody did. I think at the end of the night, the ending of the triple threat match and having Paul betray him is one thing. Having Punk not win, I think, had everybody going home a little bitter taste in the mouth. And I think you could hear it. You could hear it in the crowd too. Like you could.
Well, they didn't understand it. So you had the package for Punk. You didn't have a package for Roman or Seth. So you knew something right there was a little bit fishy. You had the performance. Living Color was out there for Punk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nothing was special with Roman or Seth other than the
Seth had
fire.
The flamethrower.
Yeah.
And Roman does the Undertaker's entrance for fuck's sake. So how much more special do you need to be? It's a 10-minute entrance.
They didn't have any packages, and the Punk package was amazing. I was literally shaking.
Oh my god, dude, it was so good.
It was so good. So you knew that but Punk didn't lose either.
I will never not be a CM Punk mark, man. I will never not be a CM Punk mark.
Right. So that's you have that story to go on.
Yeah.
Punk didn't lose. Roman took the fall. So Punk really didn't come out any worse for the wear here.
Yeah, I mean, in a triple threat, he's the odd man out, right? And he got betrayed. So, he didn't really, I mean, he doesn't take any like negative with him. I'm not saying that. It's just there was something about it feeling like it was Punk's night. And I know that they went out of their way to make him feel that way. And I don't necessarily hope that like you get a repeat of like the finish the story stuff, but you do get a lot of like lose this year, come back next year and get your win. That does happen, but
Punk wins the Rumble next year and wins the title at Mania.
Man, I mean, who knows?
If he stays healthy.
And I'd love to say that is dead on, and I can't wait for it. But like right now, everything is so windy and curvy, and they're just not dead set on. It just doesn't seem like they're dead set on a whole lot. I mean, once Jay won the Royal Rumble, he had Gunther, and they had that. But outside of that, I mean, yeah, like we don't even know who Randy's opponent is for tomorrow, right? Like, we haven't really talked about that. we'll get to it in just a second. I wanted to say something.
Moxley.
So at the Moxley thing was very weird. Like when he said Mox, like that, like I mean, it could just be. I mean, it's just a thing, but like,
Why not say Dean?
I don't know.
Why say Moxley? Are they buying AEW as well?
No. Holy fuck, no. I could see that being bad, man. I could see that being a little bad.
It'd be the worst.
Yeah, I could see that being bad because the fan revolt would feel it would hurt.
Absolutely,
it would hurt because nobody really wants to see a monopoly. Like they just nobody wants. I mean, it's bad enough that AEW sucks.
Well,
like it just. What's that?
We've already seen the monopoly.
Yeah. Yeah.
2001. So
okay. No. What I was gonna say is, so Jay wins his match, right? And Jimmy comes out, he takes the title, and instead of going back down the ramp, he hops the fucking and he goes out to the crowd, right? Jacob did the same thing. Jacob did the exact same thing. He hopped the exact same fucking railing and he went the exact same path. Okay. I don't know if it means anything. I read into shit because I like to feel like I'm figuring it out. But I said it before tonight. Like I thought there was a real opportunity for Travis Scott to play a part with Jay because he's been involved with Jay before. He's involved with The Rock and the Cody and the John Cena storyline. Like you could have really roped in Jay. You could have roped in Jacob. You could have brought Solo because he came down with Jacob. And I'm not saying that they're not doing it. It's just, it's a huge commitment because it's risky, right? Like how do you how do you write faction stuff? Like it becomes a problem. We've seen it be a problem in the past.
Shield, yeah.
All of them, dude. Like, I mean, it's just, how do you write it well and get it started and not make it feel terrible? And like you said, like you can't just boof the whole show because you want to write some crazy fucking storyline. And you're absolutely right. And they didn't do it, but something subtle that could lead it to where, you know, if you're paying attention, because they are doing a lot of that shit where if you're paying attention, things make sense. Yeah. And I like it because it's still TV and there should be things like that for the television audience to watch it as a television show, like as much as you can. Right. Because again, it's not Lucha Underground, which is, you know, made to be a TV show. Anyway, they both went over that railing. They both took off into the crowd. I thought it was interesting that the camera kind of followed them, like, so they wanted you to see it. So that's two titles. That's two titles, right?
Yeah.
And he has John Cena under his fucking thumb. Like, I mean, who knows? I'm not saying anything's gonna happen. I just thought it was interesting. Jay also has been doing nothing but wearing black recently, like in like the last week, you know. So I'm just interested to see if they'll push it to that line, and I'll get to see a storyline that I'm fantasy booking in my head. I get to see some matches that I want to see.
So tomorrow will be the day, right?
Royal Kingdom.
What the fuck? Dude, I can hear whatever that was.
No, it's gone.
And like your stuff is really, really loud. Like I don't know if your volume is through your laptop now, like your microphone or what, but like that was so weird. You're really, really loud now.
I am.
Yes.
I don't know. Nothing changed. I don't understand.
It's so weird.
We didn't see the Cody story type match like we did last year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably going to be saved for tomorrow. You know, you didn't have the interference or anything like that tonight. So you're going to have the story tomorrow. So you may see Travis Scott, you may see The Rock, whatever.
Well, I would assume so, right? Because you're having Cody and Cena. Like Rock was part of this storyline from the start.
Right.
So if Rock,
They
dude,
have to be.
If Rock isn't there and part of it, like if I'm a paying ticket holder, like I'm probably pretty pissed.
So we also have two variables tomorrow with Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck happened? Like
No clue.
she must
I
have got
don't.
hurt or pregnant or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, something happened.
And then you have Randy. So Randy could be Rusev. It could be Sammy because Sammy would
Mm-hmm.
fill Kevin's spot. It could be Aleister Black, or it could be somebody just completely off the rails. Randy's not going to lose. So because
Yeah,
he's the focal point of
yeah,
the next pay-per-view. So
yeah, yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do there. I feel like I hope they have a purpose. I do think it kind of sucks that you're going into day two with two matches that are kind of up in the air. That doesn't feel good. And everybody's so happy. Triple H in the Hall of Fame and the flowers and the love, and this is so exciting and so great and everything else. But if that happens for a couple years in a row, the opinions will start to change on that real quick because I mean, unless you're doing something big, like unless you're doing something that like a Malachi Black coming back, Aleister Black, you know, like short of that or short of a Rusev, dude, I don't even know if Miro gets the react. Does he even get a reaction worthy of like being a special opponent? I don't even know that he does. I would enjoy it, and I'm sure plenty of people would enjoy it, but it's not like he was a fucking multi-champion legend. Like, I mean,
no,
he had kind of a underrated career here and got buried by Cena.
you know
Um,
who else did and came back?
but no, no, no,
Mania.
the only music I want to hear to come out to face Randy Orton. I'm not going to sing it like I did on the Royal Rumble show, but I want to hear I'm here to show the world. That's what I want.
God help us all. If that's what it is, I'll probably turn off the show right there.
I love me some Dolph Ziggler, buddy. Come on. Come on. That would get a pop. See, if you're thinking about pops with the WWE audience, if you want a big pop moment and you want somebody off the reservation a little bit, that's a big pop moment. I don't think Aleister Black fucking rolls like that could be the deadest fucking room. I'm sorry. Like dead. Miro would be awesome, I guess. It'd be cool for us. We'd love it, but I just don't. I don't know, man.
They signed
I
they signed Lana to a
I
Legends deal today. By the way,
who?
Lana.
Oh, did they? So I told you they were working like we talked about how I don't do the dirt sheets, and then it turned into like all I've seen is that they're going through Lana to get to fucking Rusev. Mm-hmm. Sounds like that one was right. So the other rumor, speaking of rumors and shit, and it could play out in the Lyra situation, but it doesn't really make any sense. And I don't know how it plays out into the Randy situation. But there have been rumors for a long time that the Wyatt Six are going to make an impact and have a moment to like start their push.
They need it.
So, I mean, it could be one of those two spots. I don't know how much sense it makes. I kind of thought it was going to be obviously through Alexa, right? Like that's where you're going to go because that was the rumors that it was going to be through Alexa. I don't know, man. Today was my summary of it as a show. It felt like an old school WrestleMania. It felt like a very good WrestleMania. Like, and I think we said a very similar thing about last year. Like, we hated day one, like you said, we
Mhm.
buried the shit out of it, we trampled on it, but like we still kind of said the same thing. Was that it felt like the same old of pay-per-views and WrestleManias. I think that this one felt like a much better version. It felt like the Triple H version of like a PLE now, and it felt really good. The work was fairly good.
Yeah.
Um, but it did lack a bit of a punch that I feel like I expected, and there was no unpredictability. Like, I don't mean that like, oh, I knew everybody that was going to win the matches, blah blah. I just mean like there was nothing that I was like blown away by, where I was like, holy shit, I can't believe they did that. Like,
Yeah. And
there
tomorrow,
was
tomorrow you have that chance.
hopefully, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because if we don't get it tomorrow, then it's like, well, fuck. This turned into not nearly as good as a Mania as I thought it was going to be, and we're still right back to the place of overhyped, underdelivered. And I don't want that, man. I really want the over delivered. I think they do too. I believe that they do. Um I mean, for the most part, today was pretty like it was a pretty fan pleasing show, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think so. Like, I think most for the most part, CM Punk not going over maybe isn't the most fan pleasing. Like, they probably like everybody wanted him to win, you know.
I think it
But
was,
like you said, him not losing and them telling a
right.
story, it's okay.
I think that Tiffy winning saved it more than Punk losing.
Mm.
Because if Charlotte would have won, it would have been a revolt there. Um,
And Tiffy winning the way she did, I think that there was just there's so much that like all the way up the ranks of like no matter how long you've been watching professional wrestling, if this is your first weekend watching professional wrestling and you see two women doing the shit that those two women did tonight, like that's going to put your jaw on the floor. You're going to be like, holy shit, they actually do this. Like that's how they do this. I thought it was acrobatics and fake. And if you've been watching for 5-10 years and you've seen quite a few matches and blah blah blah, you're like, wow, that was really good. Like, for us, we're sitting here talking about the receipts and the respect and what they earned and what was this and that and all of that, but in the end, man, like, they put on a WrestleMania worthy performance at the highest level. They carried the show tonight. They were the match of the night for WrestleMania.
yeah.
I said it. I said it. The match of the day was the Fatal 4-Way, but the match of the night was Tiffy and Charlotte, and it's as much because of Charlotte as it is of Tiffy. And I hate to say that. It was the thing I said after she took off her robe, and I was just like, well, look, she might not look like she's in her prime and everything else, but let's just hope that she can perform and she can still do her moves and do her thing. And she did. She didn't disappoint. She didn't look like, I mean, she looked like a giant fucking bird, like she always has, but like, she still looked, she was still Charlotte, man. She was still Charlotte. So she just looked like an alien.
She does. The face is weird. There's still seven matches tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Io, the triple threat women's opens the show. The Cody and John closes the show. Right now, Wikipedia has the women, the Fatal 4-Way, then AJ Logan, then the garbage match, Damian and Drew, then the two surprises. and men in the main. So
Ooh.
they
Huh.
could be kind of big.
Well, yeah, if you're not getting them out of the way right at the
Mm-hmm.
start, wait. So hold on. That's in order?
That's how they have it on Wikipedia.
Mm. That would be
And
wild. If that's legit, that would be wild.
right?
Because those have to be big. If
If
they're
it's
booking
structured
it
that
that
way,
way.
right?
Yeah, but I don't know that they would book them back to back like that either unless they were somehow involved with each other. Like that's the other thing is like what are we like okay, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Um, what am I'm trying to think if I had anything else like that I wanted to make sure I commented on um from tonight. And there was something that just popped into my head and then I lost it just as soon as it popped in. So that was fun. I'm getting tired. I don't even know what time it is right now on this recording. It is 20 after midnight my time, so 20 after 1 for you.
Yeah.
And this is night 2 or yeah, night 2 essentially.
Of going all night. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you think, buddy? How do you put this one down?
I give it a solid B.
Okay.
It was very slow at the beginning, but the two matches at the end made up for it.
I like that.
Otherwise, it'd be a little bit lower.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's a good spot for it.
Yeah,
I put it there too.
good. We agree on something.
It's not often.
No, it's every time.
Every time, baby.
Yeah, so we'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk Becky Lynch.
You're like,
we'll talk
you're like,
Rusev.
fuck this shit. Oh yeah. Wait. I don't know, man. How you doing? How was your day? I there was something, dude. It's gonna kill me. It really is. But whatever. I'll get over it. I'm
Well,
sure I won't die.
You can do it again in 20 hours and figure it out.
Hey, night 1 WrestleMania. Good fucking shit. Another year goes by that we do this.
I'm just happy. I'm happy we're a lot happier after night 1 than we were last year.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm looking forward to night 2 the same way that I was last year though, because I think we were going into night 2 like, man, they gotta pull something out of this, and tonight felt so like it wasn't mediocre by any stretch. Like it was above that. Like a B is to me is a great spot for it.
Not a B plus,
But
just a B.
yeah, exactly. And in the end, I don't like it doesn't leave me like going in tomorrow night thinking, man, I can't wait for them to do something awesome. But it also doesn't have me going into tomorrow night going, oh my God, this is probably going to suck compared to last night. So, I mean,
yeah, you have the excitement of the surprises.
Yeah.
And then you have Cody and John. But
exactly.
What needs to happen next year, and if not, is instead of having 14 matches, they need to go back to 8 and do it one night. This 2-night thing is fucking killing it.
I think they can stick with the 2-night if they went down to
3 hours,
10 matches. I mean, they're not going to. They got to get people paid.
They're making too much
there's
money
a lot. Yeah. I mean, okay. So what's the card? What's the card for tomorrow? Just real quick, give me the card for tomorrow.
Women's triple threat: Io, Bianca, Rhea. Then the Fatal 4-Way: Braun, Penta, Finn, Dom. AJ versus Logan. Damian versus Drew. The women's tag: Randy, and then Cody and John.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Cody and John. I hate to admit this, but I think as we've gotten closer to it, especially with the packages that WWE has put out, like I can't like this is a like this feels like a much bigger main event than I thought it did.
At Royal Rumble or at Elimination Chamber.
What about Elimination Chamber?
That's when John won.
I know. No, I'm saying like what? Go ahead.
No, I'm saying like after Elimination Chamber, like we had Uso that won at Royal Rumble, and then you had the John heel turn after.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
now it's like it's here.
Yeah. Yeah. The build up was really weird, right? Like
it was too long.
We talked about the European tour, how like the heel turn thing with the whole like, oh, you're not getting any new gear. Well, no shit, because the European tour gear was already made, and I don't think this was the plan from the beginning. But it felt like he came out and he talked some shit and justified being a heel. And at points I liked it, and at points it was like, this is kind of dumb. But that just kind of felt like Cena. No offense. I don't hate Cena. I love Cena as for what I know to him to be as a person and everything else, because I don't know him personally, blah, blah, blah. But like it's first I thought I would hate it because I was not his biggest fan for years. I hated on his runs. So I thought I would hate this shit, honestly. But yeah, now that we're here, it's like this is John Cena and Stardust. This is John Cena and Stardust, but Stardust is now John Cena. Like he is the captain. He is the guy signing fucking everything for kids and kissing babies and walking around representing the product to literally every media outlet. Like he is the face of the WWE right now, 100%. And you're getting a match with the face of the company for over a decade.
20 years.
Yeah. Like this is huge. And Cody's whole story leading up to last Mania and everything else was big enough. But like he's already getting a torch passing match with Cena, bro. And I don't feel like we're giving it the weight, like we're not treating it like Hogan Rock. And we should be. Like we should be, right? Or am I being ridiculous?
You're overthinking it. Cena's retiring. You got to pass the torch to somebody. Might as well be Cody. And you know what else?
Well, I mean, do you think Cena's capable of putting on a 4.5-star match?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't have the physique, and he's not tan. No, I'm serious. Like
no. I know you're one. No, listen, I know you're 100% serious. It's still fucking funny, and it's true, but it's still fucking funny. So I had to laugh.
When we see tomorrow The Rock come out and interfere, and Brandy come out and low blow The Rock, that's magic, baby. Dude, and when we hear. You know who I'm going to say for the Randy opponent? Woo, woo, woo.
You know it. Oh, my God. That would be amazing. I'm just going to say this before we sign off. If the Brandy thing comes to fruition, that would be like we need to become fucking just viral as shit. Like people need to listen to us because we know what the fuck we're doing.
I think we just need Brandy.
I don't know that she's gonna get. Are we gonna get low blows in the main event 2 nights in a row? Though, I mean,
Are we going to get a Brandy spear on the Rock and just lay him out?
are we gonna get Sister Abigail tomorrow?
No, that none of that makes sense.
It really doesn't.
It's probably going to be Becky, and it's probably I would probably have to say maybe like Rusev.
Okay, so I'm going with Chelsea. Yeah, I'm going with Chelsea. And then for Randy's opponent,
I wouldn't be mad with Chelsea, by the way. I think
no, I know you wouldn't, and I wouldn't be mad. You know, I wouldn't be mad if it were. Well, I would. I don't know. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Let's see, male partner. You can tell that my brain is going fucking foggy. I don't know. I honestly have no fucking idea. They didn't hint to anything. There's no, like, I'm not watching SmackDown all the way through. I just kind of watch highlights and talk to my kids about it. So I don't know if there's something that they've hinted at. I don't know. So if
with
there's a
Rusev and Black, that could be Raw too.
If there's a spot for a surprise like that, then fuck yeah, bring it on. Let's do it. It'll be great. I don't know, whatever. As long as Randy gets to fucking RKO somebody cool.
Yeah, he will.
I don't give a shit. I just want to see Randy because I'm, you know, like the thing about the Hall of Fame that I love, and I think that you mentioned it earlier, just to close this out where we started, the Hall of Fame. I liked that it was in a theater. I didn't start that way because I was like, man, it just sounds dead. But it does give it that awards more like a more, you know, chill. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like
special.
But it gives that, yeah, it makes it feel more special. It makes it feel more real. And yeah, so in the end, I like that. But the appreciation aspect, because I'm getting dude, we're old, man. Like, and these guys are like, we're watching guys that we watched growing up, coming up, and now we're starting to get guys that are, you know, that we were older than and shit, and that's not cool. I don't like that shit. Randy is all right. I'm done. Let's cut this shit off. We're done for tonight, dude. Because like Triple H, when he finally got to Randy last night, that was like kind of a moment, like for me in this speech where I was like, oh, fucking finally. Because he talked about like how it just made him feel and how he learned about himself in that time to give back and blah, blah, blah. And you could see Randy like it's coming back around because Randy is just transformed as like a professional wrestler, but you can see like he transformed as a human being, like over that, like it's visible with what he does in the ring and how he does it. And I just like, that's how long we've been watching. That's how close we've been watching. That's why we end up knowing some shit sometimes, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. It's a show.
I remember getting WrestleMania 3 the day after it aired. Somebody brought it, you know, bought the pay-per-view, brought it to my mom's work. This is fucking 41. Been doing this shit for 38 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're older than that. Anyway. All right, buddy. Well, I will see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll have less technical issues, hopefully. And then guess what?
Hopefully.
Guess what? After tomorrow, we get another pay-per-view in 3 weeks.
Yay. Hey, hold up. What time does the pre-show start? Is it 3:00 again tomorrow?
I think it's the same both days, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll have time to watch the Formula One race before it all starts. Let's go, Max. Woo!
All right. Good night, everyone.
Love you.
I think we did almost 3 hours.